Lil Wayne, the Carter 6 is awful. What up, words? Boy Challz Brown back again, talking facts. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe, hit the notification bell. Keep sending those Cashaps to CLBMG. Join the membership gang. Listen, I've been rooting for the old heads lately. I've been really, that's just me. I'm trying to prove something to the world that the old heads still got it. We can't be discredited. We can't be taken out of the conversation. I've been on a mission. I've been trying to keep the old heads relevant. I've been telling you what's good, what's happening, what's going on, right, gang? I'm just going to be honest. Anybody over 40, I'm rocking with you. I'm supporting you. I'm clicking like on your music. I'm trying to share your new release. It was tough to click like on any of these songs, gang. I'm just going to be honest. Last night when this joint dropped at 12, as expected, everyone's talking about Lil Wayne's dropping at 12 o'clock. It's going to be a Drake feature and a Nicki Minaj feature and an Eminem, allegedly, right? And I got a whole nother video coming about that. But I happen to be up. And a little confusion because it wasn't on Apple for a while and it wasn't on Spotify, but it was on YouTube Music. And YouTube Music links directly to your YouTube account. So when you click like on either YouTube or on YouTube Music, the like will show. And usually when I'm listening to music, 38 Spash, anybody, Conway, Benny, I'm just clicking like. Whatever it is, the song, if I'm listening to it or whatever's going on, right? I'm just going to hit like. I was finding it tough to click like on these songs, gang. I'm just going to be honest. This is when a guy is out of touch with reality. I want to have a full-on discussion. I'm not going to play one freaking song. I'm not going to do what the other reactors are doing, just listening and kind of like, No, we're going to talk about this joint song for song. What I'm going to do, I printed out some stuff I want to get into because this joint is double trash, gang. It's double trash. This is when you are too consumed with your own self and your own music. This is when you have lost touch with reality. You're only as good as the people you're plugged into. And it sounds like Lil Wayne is just plugged into himself. Some of these features not even making any sense. I'm just going to be honest. This is when you're too rich and you got too many white friends that are super rich. And you got too many black friends that are super rich. And all you're doing is plugging in with people that's watching ESPN with you or they're on ESPN or whatever. I don't know what's going on. Who told Lil Wayne this album is good? I don't understand this. This is really, really double trash, gang. And I don't like being mean, especially to guys, elder statesmen who've been in this business for a while, who've done enough to deserve and garner respect. But I'm just going to keep it a buck. And I didn't need nobody to tell me that this was trash. I wasn't looking around. I wanted to see the opinions of online. I did go on Twitter, right? And they are not being kind and being pretty mean. Like, I'm just going to be honest. And I see a lot of reactors are being even the reactors are trying to be politically correct. No, like Shaq was like, oh, what is this dog? He tried to go, he went an hour and some change and, you know what I'm saying, and was like trying to stick with it. He started checking his phone out, this and that. And he was like, yo, it just got really bad. But I don't want to do this. I don't want to just say it's bad, it's terrible. I want to talk about why. I want to talk about why, because I feel like all of that talk about the Super Bowl, right? All of that talk like Kendrick don't deserve it. Let Lil Wayne get it up. A lot of y'all was blowing a lot of smoke. And I know some of y'all gonna be like, you're a Kenny, you're a K-bot. So you predisposed to not like the album. That had nothing to do with it. That had nothing to do with it. I went into this album open-minded. I wouldn't even think about Kendrick when I listened to this album. I'm just gonna be honest. It had nothing to do with him and Kendrick having any issues. Matter of fact, the internet had to remind me that they had problems. Because I went into this with, I'm like, let me just hear it. I didn't have no expectations because I don't really listen to Wayne like that. I don't listen to him like that. So only listen to him when he drops an album. I'll give that album a run once or twice, and that's it. I think I liked the Carter 5. I think I did like that one. But other than that, I don't listen to his stuff. I didn't think The Funeral was all that impressive. So I'm not this guy running around like, yo, like holding Wayne in high or low. I give each album its own space to breathe. And I'm listening to this one, and this one was like, I'm gonna be honest, this hit me like Revival hit me. I'm like, bro, what are you doing? Eminem's Revival, and this is the same kind of. I'm like, you're making these big records that out of touch. I'm like, your best feature is Big Sean? Let's just be honest. And I like Big Sean on here, but all these dope-ass artists out here, I'm looking at the producers that's on here. These are big pop record producers, Katy Perry type dudes. Like, yo, what's happening, gang? But this is when you are, like he said, I watch ESPN all day. I drink lean or whatever I'm drinking all night. and I'm really in my own bubble. And when you're in your own bubble, you go out and you think Wyclef is who you should be working with. He got Wyclef. He said they did 30 tracks. We didn't learn nothing from Cannabis. We still going out and getting Wyclef's opinion on music. That's what we still doing in this day and age. We still going here. You run and get Wyclef. When the last time, like, Maria, fell in love in East LA. Like, listen, that was what, about 25 years ago? Like, what we doing? Like, what? We still going to get Wyclef? What's happening, gang? I don't understand. I want to talk about this because I'm listening to this joint. I'm like, this sound like AI. It sound like, I'm not saying him. I'm talking about the beginning, the Carter intro, right? I'm like, that sound like AI. Like when you go and click these little thumbnails and it says 50 Cent if it was 1970 or 19 no, not like us, 1969 edition, and they're singing on some AI shit, right? That's what this sound like. So I said, yo, at least 2 of these are AI. I'm talking about the female singing, the Welcome to the Card and all that. And I even went so far, gang, I'm even gonna try to do the impossible and do the Kanye West and make 7. Remember when he did those albums of 7 songs? I'm gonna try to pick 7 of these that can make a complete album that will make this joint not so double trash. But this joint is double trash. It was difficult to get. If I said it's 19 songs, and I was like, if I can just pick 7, and we could have took just those 7 and made a hot record. And I'm struggling just to do 7 songs, gang. But I gotta pick 7 songs that if we just took the 7 songs, made that the EP, made that the album, we have got a better record. But some of you think that this album is good. I see you online. Some of you like it's fire. Oh my God, thanks Wayne. Like it's crazy. I know it's a lot of stands out there, but y'all reaching, gang. But this is to me when you're too old to see, and I'm even gonna take it a little bit further, gang. I'm just going to be honest. I think not just Wayne is older. I think we're progressing past the nonsensical, the bars that don't mean much. The whole song is just punchlines and bars. I don't know if Wayne has much to offer in regards to his personal life. So when we say somebody got bars, right? Let's just break that down. Somebody that got bars is usually saying something. It's not just all punchlines, right? It's personal revelations. And I know he talks about his epileptic seizures on here, but that's not enough. We need a lot more information. And when we go and listen to a Kendrick album and he's giving us all this information, it's tidbits, he's talking about relevant things. I don't think Wayne is talking about relevant topics. I don't think these punchlines are going to fly anymore. We're in a time of bars and lyrics that have to actually connect with the consumer. And I don't know if these bars and these random punchlines and these random double entendres that's kind of wacky and spacey, and I don't know if they're landing like they used to, especially with some of these beats. And these beats, gang, they are terrible. I'm just going to be honest. Some of this shit, and I'm a biggest LL fan in the world, but we did not need a homage to LL. We did not need a Rock the Bells 2025. It did not work. It's switching too much. It's doing too much. It's not. It's just, I tried, gang. I'm going to be honest. And this is a tough listen. And anybody acting like this joint is smooth as eggs, dude, you need to fry yourself with them eggs, because this joint is awful. I want to talk about this, though, because I don't think people are really digging deep enough to know why these albums, when they say it's trash and they just put the little trash can, well, why'd you do that? Let's talk about this. I want to read. I printed out some stuff that's talking about the making of the album, because I went and looked at some of these producers and I'm like, these are big record guys. They're like Billie Eilish type dudes. Like, why you working with these guys? All these guys out here you could have worked with. But this is when you're out of touch with the culture. Wayne is not in touch with this culture. I'm just going to be honest. I'm not going to say just because he got a Big Sean feature and a 2 Chainz feature. That's one thing, but it's so many features he could have gotten on here. And I realize he got his sons on here, which is kudos to you. But some of these beats sound canned, and I really went, and one I'm really surprised with, the most awful beat on here, the absolute worst beat on here, is from one of my favorite. This guy's a genius, and I don't think nobody knows Lin-Manuel. Lin-Manuel wrote this. He did the beat for this song. I don't think nobody knows this, right? What's the name of this record? Not Cotton Candy. It's Peanuts to an Elephant. Lin-Manuel Miranda. Yes, that Lin-Manuel Miranda from Hamilton, which is my favorite theatrical release. Like Hamilton, I've seen Hamilton more than once in the theater. I've watched it, I don't know how many times. I've listened to the soundtrack maybe 1,000 times, gang. I love Hamilton. And this beat is awful. It sounds like somebody who got Fruity Loops for the first time and a Casio. And they put it together and Wayne was like, yeah, I'll take it. Like, this beat is terrible. It is terrible. And when someone says this album is terrible, this is the beat they're going to go and play. Right? I never thought this guy could mess with this. This is the guy we don't talk about who Brew. No, this is that guy. The genius. This guy's a genius, gang. And I don't know who approached who about using this beat. Lin-Manuel, listen, you my guy, but this joint is terrible. It is freaking awful. So let me get into this album and we're gonna have a conversation because I don't even know why MGK is on. Like, why are these people on here? Why is y'all gonna be like, Charles, what's wrong with Jelly Roll? Why is he on here? Why? What's going on? Let me read this. Let's talk about this. The Carter 6 is the 14th solo album by American rapper Lil Wayne, released June 6, 2025 by Young Money and Republic Records. It serves as the 6th installment of the Carter album series. It follows his collaborative album with 2 Chainz, Welcome to Collie Grove, which I meant to I had it in my thing to listen to. I think I might listen to it. I didn't listen to the full album, so I don't know if that album was good. I apologize in advance. And marks 7 years since his predecessor, the Carter 5, which I thought the Carter 5 was a solid album. I did a review on my review channel. I liked it. I liked the lead single, the Swizz Beat produced. I forgot the name of it, but I did like that song. So I said the album was solid. So this right here, this so far removed from that, I don't know what. Well, I do know what happened. I'm gonna talk about it. It is his first solo album in 5 years since his 2020 album, The Funeral, which I heard a little bit. I said I heard it, but I don't really remember it like that. So it couldn't have been so much. I remember going through it. I just don't remember. You know what I'm saying? It's whatever. The album has features from Bono, MGK, Andrea Bocelli. That's the I believe the blind opera singer, sings Maria. He's on here. And Wyclef Jean, Kodak Black, and Wayne's son Cameron Carter, among others. This album is a disaster. It is stale. It is canned. It is processed. Lil Wayne sound like a dude making stuff in his basement that should leave it in the basement. And I'm being harsh because we got to stop this nonsense. If y'all coming out with these albums, they kind of borderline sus. Like, I'm just going to say it, Snoop stuff too, kind of sus. It's not solid like it could be. I'm like, yo, if y'all going to just be canning this stuff in here, we really need it, gang. You setting us back. You setting us back. You giving us 0-1 right now with the young heads. So we don't need you coming with this nonsense. If you're not going to clear it with the old head correlation, you know what I'm saying? The old head congregation, this ain't it, gang. I'm just going to be honest. This is really awful. And I'm gonna break down why it's awful. Background and recording. If there's one thing about this album that's different, is me approaching it like, man, what would I sound like on something with such and such? Prior to the release of the Carter 6, Wayne was featured on the cover story of Rolling Stone's May 2025 issue. That's the one where I did a video about, I think Wayne be lying. Wayne told a lot of tall tales in that album, on that interview. I'm just going to be honest. A lot of hate, a lot of sideways talk about Kendrick and other people, right? Let me keep this moving. He said while speaking on his potential collaborators, he revealed that Kanye West and Weezy had production on the album. However, the former's assisted track will potentially be removed due to recent controversy surrounding West, which means they took off Kanye's West. Whatever record Kanye produced, they took it off the album. There is also a yet-to-be-clear Billie Eilish sample who was mistakenly credited as a feature until the publication's correction. That's the thing. There was a lot of, I don't know if this is Wayne's doing. There were a lot of supposed features. A lot of this for all these different features. I think they say it in here that there was, who was it supposed to be? It's so big, Joel Santana, and it's supposed to be all these features. And he ended up going with, I'm just going to be honest, I think he went with pop. I think he's trying to do stuff for football games and basketball games and soccer games. I think he's trying to do arena music, which is not where you're going to go with a full album. Some of this stuff sounds so dated. It's like, what year was this supposed to come out? Because I don't know what you were going for. Let me continue. Fellow artist and collaborator Wyclef Jean played a major role in the production and recording of the album. They said he was there, start to finish, da-da-da. I don't, please, to anybody that's about to make an album, and I ain't trying to block Wyclef money, but don't put Wyclef in the studio with you. Okay? Don't. All you old heads that's like, Wyclef gonna bring that Fuji's flavor. He's not gonna bring the Fuji's flavor. First of all, Fuji's don't exist. Okay? Fuji's is a myth of your, that's a figment of your imagination. There is no group called the Fugees. There was a group back in the 90s called the Fugees, but right now there is no group called the Fugees, okay? Just so you know, Proswell ain't in there no more, and Lauren and Wyclef, they not Lauren and Wyclef that you remember. We used to be number 10, now we permanent one. No, they gone. So, no, do not bring Wyclef into your session. Just going to be honest. He's a genius for himself. I don't know who goes around still saying Wyclef is a genius. Just gonna be honest. Wyclef making some really awful decisions, and this album is clear indicator. Do not bring Wyclef into your session. I might offend my political connects with these statements, but I gotta tell it like it is, gang. It is what it is. Fellow artist and collaborator Wyclef Jean played a major role in the production. He stated that he and Wayne recorded over 30 tracks for the album. Leaving Wyclef and Lil Wayne in the studio for 24 hours is a dangerous thing. You know what's going to pop out. Yeah. Yeah, we do. And we got it. And it popped out. Should have popped it back in. Release and promotion. After Lil Wayne declared that the Carter 6 would be his final album, Young Thug announced that his debut album would be titled The Carter 4. This was back in the day. In honor of Lil Wayne, this led to Lil Wayne's displeasure, in part contributed to the troubles with his former Cash Money record label, boss Birdman. I wonder what Birdman has to do with this release. Is he still part of this? It says it's released by Young Money and Republic Records. I wonder if Birdman still got his hand in Wayne's pocket. I don't know. He might. He might. Lil Wayne was asked which album was his favorite, to which Lil Wayne replied the next one, and refrained from going into detail. In August, Wayne announced the Carter 6 while stating his mixtape No Ceilings 3 would release before it. On August 6, 2022, Wayne, alongside Drake and Nicki Minaj, held a Young Money reunion concert. What was that, 3 years ago almost? 2022, 2020, yep. In Toronto, during which he hinted at the release. Y'all been waiting for this joint since 2022? Yikes. He hinted at the release of the Carter 6. I'm working on the Carter 6 coming soon. Following the concert, through the Young Money Instagram page, Wayne shared a pre-save link for the album. He had a pre-save link 3 years ago? Damn, y'all been waiting on this joint for 3 years? Who had that pre-save link? That's what I want to know. What it look like now? Is it still there? That's crazy. Hold up, bro. Hold up, bro. In September, Wayne was spotted in the studio with Juelz Santana, captioning the post Carter 6 in the process. Gang, this was September 2022. This was September 2022. And Wayne was in the studio with Juelz. Where that record? That record ain't on here. I'm going to tell you what I think happened. Wayne went back and was listening to a lot of old shit. Because he got that Banned in NO, which is supposed to be Banned in NY. The old Noriega and Capone record. Used the same beat. Swiss Beats did the beat, da-da-da. Right? He used Rock the Bells, the LL Cool J, a couple of little joints he referred to, and I think he was trying to bring back old magic. And that's not necessarily how you do these when you're trying to drop a classic. You don't just necessarily try to recreate old shit. I don't think that's how this works. But let me continue. On September 29th, 2023, Wayne released the mixtape The Fix before the 6, building fan anticipation for the album's release. Gang, that was 2023. That was 2023. Wow. This joint still waiting on his album. In 2025, in January, in an interview posted on social media by AT&T at the 2025 College Football Playoff National Championship, Wayne stated that the Carter 6 would be guaranteed to release in 2025. On February 9th, 2025, they broadcast a commercial saying that Lil Wayne, during the Super Bowl in New Orleans market, after joking about not being selected for the halftime show, the performer retreated into a recording studio with signs on the door reading Carter 6, Do Not Disturb, 6/6/2025. Republic Records subsequently confirmed that the Carter 6 was scheduled to be released on June 6. On April 22nd, Wayne announced his first ever solo headline in Madison Square Garden that would be held at the same night of his album's release. 2 hours later, he unveiled the cover artwork for the Carter 6, depicting his baby self with facial tattoos in a similar manner of his previous, the Carter records. He captioned the post, Captain Carter C6. Let me just say this, and I'm just going to be honest. The cover is fugazi, right? This how out of touch you are. You're taking a fabricated picture of yourself, an old picture of yourself, and you're going to throw face tattoos on it. I guess if the album slaps, then that's fine. The album don't slap, so now we second guessing everything, and all of this stuff is fugazi, look weird, suspect to me. So now I'm looking at it like, going in, when you make an album cover that is that ridiculous, right? There's no baby with face tattoos. I don't remember him having face tattoos as a baby. I don't think that's legal. I don't think nobody would allow this to happen. So I'm almost certain that the picture is reconstructed, right? So somebody put the face tattoos as a baby. Wayne wants to be still the Carter. The Carter's supposed to be, the Carter is a projects in the movie New Jack City, right? It's supposed to be where they turned the whole project into a open air drug market inside the project building. It's a nod to one of the biggest drug-related movies and movie plots in history. So this album is supposed to be the 6th installment of the Carter. Some dope-ass drug, street, hood, hardcore shit. This album is mad, is plush. This is private jets. This is unlimited bottles of syrup and codeine. This is jewelry, tattoos, big giant fashion shows and money and girls and fame and very, very weird off kilter. It got rock and roll. This is not that. Wayne is unplugged from the streets forever, real far gone. Why is Wayne talking about being a gang member? We didn't need that. We don't need it. We don't need an entire record directed at I'm a blood. We don't need to hear that, gang. Not from Wayne. But this is when you're out of touch. You still think that's going to sell. The people that's really bloods and in the streets banging and doing this, that, and the third, that's who should be making these records. Not Wayne. And oddly enough, one of the best records on this album is the one Alone in My Studio with My Gun. That's a good record, right? But at the end of the day, we don't need him doing no blood anthems. If you're a gang member, you want to get out the streets, not make anthems to make them wild out in the streets. There's different rules to this when we get older, gang. Okay? But I want to talk about this because I want to talk about every song. But I still want to break down and try to do pick 7 joints that can make this where we could have been like, okay, that's a banging album. But let me start here because some of these joints, man, is crazy. Like King Carter, the intro, which I said I believe is AI. I'm almost certain. Somebody could correct me if I'm wrong. Welcome to the Carter. That's reluctantly one of the ones I would put. I would have to put that intro and Welcome to the Carter reluctantly. Because there ain't much on. I can barely get to 7, gang. I'm just gonna be honest. I can barely get 7 joints on here to make a 7-song album. That's how I feel. Barely. So I'm gonna try to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I got some possibles. But so this is what, if I gotta remake this album, I'm gonna put King Carter. Then I'm gonna put Welcome to the Carter. So we're gonna have to start it like they started it. That's fine. Can't put Bells, the LL Cool J montage, right? Can't put that. I can't put the hip hop. I know some of you guys like the hip hop. Big X the Plug featuring Jay Jones. I can't put that. I'm sorry, gang. I'm sorry. I don't want that. The Sharks is a possible only because of Big Sean. I don't want it. That's not something I want to hear. I'm sure that plays well in Nashville and down south and like the big cities. They probably love that record, that Jelly Roll record. And I'm sure Jelly Roll could have been used differently. But this is what happens when you get, like when Eminem used Ed Sheeran, didn't like it. Ed Sheeran's like, I've been waiting on this thing for my whole life. And I was like, I don't know. I'm sure you still waiting because that record, Ed Sheeran and Eminem, was not a good record. I'm just going to be honest. Eminem fans, feel free, light me up. But I didn't like that record. And I'm a big Eminem fan. I'm one of the people that when he came back with Kamikaze, I was like, thank you. Thank you. Finally. So no. And I don't know, people saying that Wayne might be trolling with this album because you can't save it. When I hit save, it won't let me save the album. So maybe this is like, he threw it out there, and then now they might do some Kanye stuff with it. He rearranged the whole thing. There's no Drake, there's no Nicki, as erroneously reported by academics. So I'm gonna say King Carter, Welcome to the Carter is 2. They could leave. Sharks is possible because of Big Sean, but as of right now, I'm gonna say no. The band in NO is a throwback to Band in New York by Capone and Noriega. I think it missed the mark. I don't think it sounds good, especially Swiss beats. You cannot recreate them because the way he did them himself is so finicky. Like if you try to recreate it, you're gonna miss the mark, and I think it's hard that they didn't catch it. I don't think so. So let me keep this moving. Number 7, The Days. Absolutely not. This is a awful record. With Bono, rappers should not be recording music with Bono. I'm just going to be honest. Now, it's a certain way it can be done, but to let Bono lead the record is not it for me. That's a no for me, dog. I'm just gonna be honest. Cotton Candy with 2 Chainz, that's a possible because of 2 Chainz for the seven song album that I'm trying to put together to make this thing bearable. So King Carter, Welcome to the Carter, then Cotton Candy, right? It's tough. I got 3. I said Sharks is possible because some of you probably like Sharks with Jelly Roll. So I'm gonna leave Sharks off for now. So it's gonna be, and Cotton Candy. Sharks is better than Cotton Candy. I'm just gonna be honest. But boom, boom, boom. So I got 3. So I'm gonna say King Carter, Welcome to the Carter, Cotton Candy. You know what the fuck? I'm gonna put Sharks as a bonus track. All right. Flex Up. I can't condone that. I can't put that. Island Holiday. I have to be mad drunk, really on a real island. And it's a real mix, like a DJ. I don't care at that point. The like when we went to Turks and Caicos, the bartender was pouring the rum punch right in our mouth, and we was like, listen, we couldn't even make it back to the boat. We was walking back to the cruise, stag almost fell in the water. That's how drunk I have to be to listen to Island Holiday. I have to really be on the island and have to really don't care what they really playing. I'm just gonna be honest. Let me keep this moving. Loki's theme. Now Loki's theme, I'm gonna add that, but I'm gonna tell the DJ soon as that rock and roll stuff come on, we gonna the engineer, everything when that rock and roll part drop, just fade it out. Just take that off. We don't need none of that. And I get it that Lil Wayne's trying to be experimental, It's way out of place. You're 11 songs in, and then you come in with some heavy metal, man. Wait, read the room. Read the room. If you're gonna do a heavy metal album, just do that. You can't come out of nowhere with heavy metal. It does not work whatsoever. The song is fine without that. So we could put Loki's theme without the rock and roll. If I played guitar, absolutely not. Penis to an Elephant, absolutely not. Absolutely not. Rari with Cameron Carter, I'm going to put that on the 7-song album, the re-release, Challz cut, the Challz version. So that's what, 1, 2, 3, 4 if we take off the rock and roll, and 5 with the Rari with Cameron Carter. I can ride with that. Maria is a disaster. That song did not need to be remade, especially by Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne comes, his voice cuts like a knife right into this song. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't work. Wyclef is worse than ever. This song is awful. I'm just going to be honest. I'm here to talk about why this joint is awful. I'm not going to just say it's awful. I'm telling you why. Wyclef, the whole thing doesn't. Andrea Bocelli, Andrea Bocelli, if this is how you say it. This guy is a world-class singer. This guy's been singing for like 40 years. His genre has no business involved with Lil Wayne. But this is when you got this kind of money and this kind of connections that people would do these favors for you. But it did not work. I don't know who he's making this for. But you gotta think Wayne played on the bigger level. He might want, you know how you go to these rich, we don't go, but these rich parties where they got a pianist playing and everybody's dressed up and these is someone's mansion and they're eating pate on little wheat crackers, like stuff that's shipped in from France, right? And they got Perrier water and then you play the Maria joint and they're like, oh, charming. Like he's going to parties that they're doing that shit. That's what this is for. But nobody's going to buy this record for nothing like that. But Wayne's so out of touch, he wants to be played at these rich people's parties. Because I don't know nobody going to play this record. But let me keep this moving. Being Myself featuring Manny Fresh. I would put that on the 7-song re-release, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Being Myself is a kind of like 6, but you know what? No, fuck that. Take Loki's theme off. We're gonna put Being Myself. Then Moolah coming in with Lil Navi. Nope, didn't like that. Then number 18, Alone in My Studio with My Gun with MGK and Kodak Black. I'm putting that on my 7-song album. And then Written History, number 19, produced by Weezy. I'm putting that on my 7-song album. And believe it or not, Alone in the Studio with My Gun is produced by Mod's son. I think that's the only record he got on here. It's one of the best beats on here to me. I like that. So the Manny Fresh beat, Being Myself. So my 7-song, all this shit is filler, gang. It's a bunch of nonsense on it, just be honest. So King Carter, Welcome to the Carter, Cotton Candy, Rari, Being Myself, Alone in the Studio with My Gun, and Written History. And that's reluctant. That's reluctant, that Welcome to the Carter. No Sharks. I think I'm going to leave Sharks off or put it as a bonus, and that's it. So that'd be 8. So a 7 with a bonus. That's it, man. I would even change the order of that because this joint is tough to listen to, but it's so much trash on this album, gang. It's filler and rich niggas and just silly shit and your circles that you're running in. This shit should have been way better than this, gang. I'm just gonna be honest. Get in the comments. Let me know what you think, man. CLBMG. I ain't got nothing to say about this joint. It's just sad to see a guy go out like this. I really feel bad for Wayne thinking that this is a good album, but that's because his ears are out of touch. He's not with us anymore musically. His hip hop opinions are skewed. They're full of jealousy and just petty old things. That's why Drake dodged the bullet. Let's be honest, by not being on this joint. And Nicki Minaj dodged the bullet. Probably said no. They probably heard this song. He's like, you want me on what? No, I don't want to be on none of that shit. All this shit is garbage. But I don't know, man. Who knows? Let me know what you think in the comments. Head on over to black-yeti.com. They got something. They deliver all over the country. See what they got. They rock with you. Let me know what you think. Let them know who sent you, all right? I'm going to catch you on that flip side. Every Wednesday night, we go live, 9:15, The What Show. We will be talking about this. Peace.
Look, mission impossible to drop a few lines without dropping old times when Southern Hill was still a gold mine. When pistol grips was my shit and I sold mine. When Alias was not a show and they told mine. Elevate your mind with high quality THC infused products. BlackYeti.com. Black-Yeti.com.
CLB.